Florida Poly is extremely STEM focused. That is our only focus. We don't have any degrees that are non-STEM focused. Those students are, as you might expect, extremely techie, and many are averse to communication. So an online platform where they can book something without communicating directly face-to-face with someone or over the phone has been a huge asset. So I know students have enjoyed that quite a bit. Instead of playing email or phone tag trying to schedule something, we just send them a link. They can see the availability, pick a time. That has been a massive success on that side.
If we were to show you our Connex calendars right now, you would see that they are full between the hours of 9 and 5 every day, and they have been for the past 6 weeks and will be for the next 3 weeks. We're onboarding our largest class ever of students coming in, and every one of them gets a Connex meeting. And that's really what Conex has shined for us, is that we would not be able to do our job without it at this point. We wouldn't have been able to get through the spring with just using Teams. We wouldn't have been able to track anything. So honestly, Conex stepped in and saved the day on that. And managing that many meetings, it's fantastic. The ease of scheduling is great. I love that because we can manage our time efficiently. Like, it's really easy to go in and change blocks of availability and whatnot. That's been huge.
I hate talking to people on the phone to set up an appointment. Give me a link that shows my availability. I'll schedule myself. I don't want to talk to people. So I would definitely recommend it for that.
I use ConexED to set up appointments, whether it be with new students or current students, and it has been great. I'm able to go ahead and put my notes in after every call. You can go back and check over the notes. So it's been very helpful. We're able to connect the scheduling as it pertains to the appointments with the students, along with our Microsoft calendar. So I love the fact that it did that, combining them.
Believe it or not, our vice provost has 5 kids actually, but 2 of them were in a mathematics summer camp that was utilizing Cranium Cafe at the public school level. They were probably 16ish at the time. And so she liked the way the students were using it there and asked us to look into it a little further, and we went from there.
I think it would be helpful if academic departments eventually got on board and used it, so we can provide more holistic advising approach to students. So if Susie is a mechanical engineering major and her faculty member is concerned about whatever, they can go into Connext and look and see, did she even meet with her academic advisor? Depending on how notes set up, what are some of the things were discussed? Were there any kind of academic concerns that are flagged? So that way, again, streamline services and streamline the information. But again, recommending to other schools, I would definitely recommend it.
I've really enjoyed the software because it's an improvement. It's been a great help to be able to connect with our students and more easily organize appointments. For the most part, use it mostly as a scheduling tool for one-on-one meetings. The scheduler is used daily quite often. It's probably the biggest component that we use. And then we have been introducing more note-taking recently, particularly with the new case management note system that seems to be coming on.
My biggest success, with this platform has been taking our Microsoft, calendar and combining it with Connex. I think I just find that so great. I can't even tell you how great I find that, because I can now manage my time effectively. Once I'm done talking to a student, I go in, I click on their, I go to the calendar, I click on the meeting, on the calendar, and I go straight to their notes. I put in their notes, click save, and I'm on to the next student. I mean, it's that easy for me. It's great because I'm able to go in there and see what other notes were put in there about the students, if there were any. And so that keeps me up to date with how I'm going to effectively, assist that student.
The custom intake form is probably one of the biggest helps. That's what he was referring to, where students could, we could customize exactly what information we want to pull from the students before they meet with us, which helps speed up the meeting process quite a bit, in addition to helping us to schedule it.
When we have to defend what we do for a living, they'll ask us, how many overall we've seen, and that's an easy pull. Now that we have it alphabetically, we just started that system, but it was really easy to separate, who's seeing who. And then overall counts. Lindsey did such a great job setting this thing up, to our needs, to where, it's important what students are seeing us for. And that was another thing that we couldn't, keep easy track of with teams. But with the selections and like the specific selections too, like I don't even have to check notes first so I can see, what a student was here about. And that's nice. So yeah, we do report, to our uppers with those numbers.
Fall then of 2021, since it was fully remote, it was a massive support because we transitioned very quickly from supporting our students almost exclusively face-to-face, maybe an occasional phone call meeting, but for the most part face-to-face meetings, to offer then these virtual meetings that were not happening previously whatsoever.
I think one thing that ConexED allowed us to do is that you can open all calendars at once and you can see availability. So when the team comes to me and says, hey, students are calling, I have no meetings time left, I feel like we're very flexible and being student friendly. I will go and cancel a bunch of one-on-ones and staff meetings. I'm like, this can wait. Let's open up availability for the students to grab meetings. I also like that, again, for record keeping, that sometimes we get notifications from other units saying, oh, well, your advisor missed a meeting with so-and-so, but then we have documentation and record that no advisor was there, but the student logged in an hour late. So of course we didn't know they were there. But then again, that gives us opportunity to keep track of who was the no-show. And then we're being proactive and reaching out to the student saying, hey, looks like you missed a meeting. Let's reschedule or whatever. So I think for those purposes, it's also very good.
We didn't have anything like this before. We were using something that was totally unrelated, made it work for our purposes. It's kind of a motto around here. But having it has made our lives a lot easier, especially we started using it right when we needed it for, a ton of online meetings. We've probably done 1,000 a piece now since we started using ConexED. Before that, it was Teams. Before that, we had no capability whatsoever to do such things. So yeah, I like it. It does what we needed to do.
We just recently started the alpha split for advising and keeping notes, and I would like to implement mandatory advisor meetings for freshmen. So maybe if we can meet a year from now, then we'll have something to report, because I do think that for students to have an assigned advisor, that will help and build connection, which in turn will help hopefully with retention and keeping them here. So put it on a to-do list, and maybe we can meet again next fall and see how numbers from this fall to next fall look.
Maybe I'll just schedule an appointment with you through ConexED.
Sounds great.